What is up, you guys? It's Fallout What If here, and today I'm going to be doing a what if that I haven't done. I never done. It is called What If Deku was, well, basically Kota's brother. Now, what is happening here? Why am I doing this? Well, basically, who is this person, you may have wondered? Well, if you don't know what Hitman Reborn is, this guy, his name is Lambo. I don't know what his full name is, but yeah, Lambo is his name. Basically, he can control electricity. Now, wait a minute, Fallout, why would you say that? This is a person who uses electricity. They're water quirk users. Well, that is true. But this Deku is going to be... well, basically, his story is going to go up and down. Now, we first head off to the whole point where basically Deku was adopted. Yeah. He was adopted, and he was in a swaddle, also having 2 sets of horns on him. Not only that, but, fact of the matter is, he also had this kind of antidote, or this kind of mechanism, where basically it can make a couple of pills, or something that Chopper from freaking One Piece used, and this can turn him 10 years older. Now, what this does for Deku, well, basically Deku, if he wants to do, if he wants to just, how would I say this? Okay, here's the thing. He's going to be a lightning user, and he was born with the quirk of lightning. It's not even a quirk, it's just lightning itself. Some reason his genetic makeup caused something in his body to create lightning. So, this is what he uses. Now, basically, somebody just found him, and they decided to put him up for adoption. So, why is this? Well, here's the thing. Inko was being chased by a lot of people. We don't know why she's being chased by a lot of people, but we just know that she's just scared. So she decided to put Deku somewhere where nobody could catch him. And basically, she never returned to him again. Is she dead or is she alive? No one knows. But somebody just heard a baby crying, and they decided to put him up for adoption. And after all the police reports happened and all that stuff, it's basically them just putting him up for adoption. And this is when... sorry. This is when a couple of newlyweds decide to go for adoption. Why? Well, because we just find out that the husband of I forgot what his name is, to be honest, but basically Kota's dad, well, he's basically somebody who cannot have kids. And Deku is someone who's basically born, who's basically been given this, this, and this, and now he's just waiting or just wanting to be adopted. He doesn't want it, he's a baby, but you know what I mean. Deku is trying to find out, or not Deku, the parents are trying to find out who this child is and why would he be here of all places. Nobody knows, so they decide just to move on. Now, Deku does, does sometimes zap the water heroes because they adopted him. The father said, "Honey, I think this kid may be the one." And she said, "Well, hold on here. How can you be sure?" And he says, "Look at him." And basically, the wife just looks at him and says, "Well, he's adorable. But it's like, I don't know. this is our first time adopting. We want to make sure we can do this. And the father is saying, of course we can do this, honey. We're at an early age in this whole world where basically we can raise somebody and give somebody hope. We're new heroes. Well, we're basically heroes, aren't we? And she says, yeah, but we're not pro heroes or anything. We just started. And this is when they talk about it for a little while, and this is when they decided, heck, why not? Now, Deku is basically crying, but feels happy when basically he's being held. And she reads a letter, and the note saying, these are the ingredients to make the pill. Now, somebody is watching Izuku over the distance. Somebody nobody has ever seen. But it's like Izuku's guardian angel. Now, what does happen is this. Izuku, for the next 4 years, has been loved, has been nurtured, and has been shown to be a good kid. And even though the Kota's other family members, like the aunts and the uncles, and basically the other family members besides the great-grandparents and all that stuff, like the mother and father, basically his grandparents, yeah. Basically, they care about him, but the other ones don't. They think that this kid's just some random kid, and since they know she wasn't pregnant, they thought she probably took up adoption. And they thought, why would they do adoption? That's stupid. These are going to be the ones who will be known as water heroes. Why would they have a kid who nobody knows whose quirk this is be, used as a water person? What I'm trying to say is this. Izuku, nobody knows what Izuku's quirk is. So the fact of the matter that they're basically adopting someone who they don't know, it's basically setting up a bad reputation. But I think the Wild Pussycats, I forgot her name. Yeah, I forgot. I really did forget her name. But anyway, she is basically talking to the mother, or I think she's the auntie and all that stuff. Basically, she talks to them and says, well, you made the right decision. Because it's the decision that you made. I know that you probably wanted an actual one that you birthed, or that you gave birth to. But we're happy that you found a chance at happiness. And basically, the wife is telling her sister, it's all right. I thank you for that. I don't know what to call this kid, but pretty much nobody knows what this kid's name is. And basically, they decide, well, I actually don't know. He looks a little weird, though. And why does he have those two horns on him? Basically, Izuku, or the kid, I don't know, actually. It's like he has them on, though. We popped one off before, but then we put it back in. It's like, oh, he looks like a little lamb, though. Yes, I know he looks like a little lamb, but it's still kind of weird. Hold on. What about lamb? No, no, sis. It's weird. I know. What about Lambo? And basically, the wife is thinking, Lambo. That's not a bad name. Although it will be kind of weird though. It's not something we've heard of. But Lambo should be good. It's not bad at all. Lamb and then bow. Lambo. I like it. Now, they decided to give them, the whole freaking thing, or give him his name the next time they go somewhere. Basically, they'll just give him the name and all that stuff. Now, wouldn't they call him something beforehand? Well, no, they were trying to decide what to call him, and it was their first day actually adopting. So they'll write the name and all that stuff. And believe me, they did try different names already, but it was like none can fit. So the husband is thinking to himself, oh, so you called him Lambo. And she says, yeah, it's kind of weird, but, it'll grow. And this is when the husband is like, I like it, sweetheart. Anyway, let's go, let's go and, talk to the other party members. Basically, the whole family, the other families don't like the fact that somebody who, you already know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, they decide to keep their distance from Izuku until the day he gets his quirk evaluated. And sure enough, they find out that Izuku is quirkless. But Izuku isn't sad, because for some reason, he still does have a quirk, or what he thinks is a quirk. And this is when basically he just shoots out electricity from time to time. And okay. And this is when basically Izuku is just wandering around, place to place, just zapping things. For some reason, he sometimes just puts the palm of his hand, puts his hand up, and electricity just shoots out at times. Although he doesn't know how this works, whenever he works out a lot, or whenever he's running around, or doing something physical, his body starts to produce this kind of fuzzy feeling within him, and then it turns into electricity, and he shoots it out. So this is when they think that probably he has electricity quirk, and he's probably a first generation quirk user. Now, they're happy for him, but the other family members don't like it. They think, oh no, why does he have that kind of quirk? And they're like, oh, well, it's not a bad quirk, is it? And they're like, dear, they're talking to the wife, dear, look at this. You're you are a water user. He is an electrical type person. He has a quirk, first generation, where basically he can only shoot out electricity. And this is when she says, but look at him. He's happy. He's not doing anything bad. And they're like, yes, we know he's not doing anything bad, but it would set up a bad reputation. Think about it. The water hose heroes, since basically 4 years later they're getting their names and all. And after that, they how would I say this? They basically say, you're the water hose heroes, and you'll have a kid that you will have a child who uses electricity. Wouldn't that be a bad thing though? And she's all like, yeah, that would, hold on. Anyway, I'm back. So, this is when she says, yeah, I know it's kind of weird, and this isn't something that we just hear of every day, but we have to have faith in this child. Maybe he can do something for the world that nobody's ever seen. And the family just doesn't like it. They're just starting to just like distance themselves away from him. and from her, and then the husband. And then a few years later, basically Deku is 8, and then this is when Kota's born. Now I don't know when Kota is born. I'm not going to check, but I know he's a young kid. So he's around Aries' age. So let's say that basically at the time she was 6 or 7. Oh no. She was 5 the first time, or the first time they ever talked about her. So now she's around 8. So pretty much Izuku, basically Kota would have been born 4 years late. Not 4 years later. Yeah, 4 years later. What am I talking about? Basically, whatever. We'll do it to the point where basically Kota is the same age as in canon. So, Deku does talk to him, and basically Kota is, how would I say this? Kota's okay with him. Basically, he's still a child, so nobody actually knows that much. And what happens is this. The mysterious man always watches him. And watches basically no one else but him. And he always protects him, Izuku, no matter what. He's protected him when he was being picked on, and after that, he was always just doing his own thing. Granted, he did have the puffy hair back then, but not anymore. Why? Well, because Izuku has now straight hair. Now, here's the thing. Kota and Izuku are just basically brothers. They're, how would I say this? They have no ill will towards each other. But here's the thing. 2 years later, Izuku is 10. And you guys are probably wondering, I already said that the father of Kota could not have kids, but by the miracle of God himself, for some reason, one sperm cell just went inside and basically knocked down the door and knocked her up. Knocked the wife up. So this was a rare occurrence, but he's happy, and basically they have 2 children now. Now, the family is kind of happy now for Kota, because they think probably he's going to be the one who saves this whole family. But anyway, I'm skipping through time because this is basically pretty much stuff that nobody cares about, to be honest. But let's say this. Kota's 4, and Izuku is, 10. And basically, a year later, because they're hanging out with each other, they find out that Muscular killed him, the parents. And basically, Izuku is heartbroken. Kota is very sad, but Izuku is someone who knows that he's adopted. Why does he know he's adopted? Well, somebody in the family got drunk and told Izuku that basically he shouldn't be the one talking because he was adopted by the parents. And yeah, pretty much Izuku was shocked, but he understands and he's pretty happy because somebody gave him a chance at life. Now, this is when Izuku basically is he's basically very emotional right now. He's crying, but at the same time he harbors a hate for both heroes and villains. Because there could have been someone there, right? Why was it just these 2 heroes? If somebody who was very high was to the point of high where they needed probably the top 10 heroes, why didn't they save him, Izuku or Izuku's parents? He has a he hates heroes, but at the same time he loves them because of his parents being heroes themselves. But one thing that he truly hates is villains. The one thing that took away his family is alive still. And Izuku is out for revenge. But right now he knows he can't do anything. So he decides to calm himself down. To hold it in, because there's no reason for him to get very mad. Now, Izuku is somewhat going around from place to place because the family wants to kick him out. Why? Well, because he's still he's still an electrical user. He uses electricity, and Kota's a water hero though. A water user. So, he always asks for Big Brother's advice. Even though Izuku has good advice, the people don't care. The family members don't care about him because, yeah, he's still someone who nobody likes. So in the very end, basically Izuku has to take care of Kota and teach him the moral values. But this is when somebody amongst the distance just walks around and talks to him. And basically, Izuku is wondering to himself, who is this person? Why is he looking at me? And the man says this: do not fear, Izuku, or do not fear, Lambo. You probably do not know who I am. And it's probably for the best you don't know who I am. But know this: your parents were very good ones. Your real parents, she cared about you. So much so that she had to give you up and sacrifice her time with you in order to save you. But anyway, you shall be someone who will rise. Do not have a dictator's heart, but have a religious person's kindness. Have a heart of gold and cry thunder. Anyway, I will be off. We will meet one day again. Or probably you'll see a little of me within you. And Izuku is just wondering, what's he talking about? 11 years old and he still doesn't understand what that means. Because this has happened before. But this has happened in his dreams. But anyway, Izuku does not care right now. He's teaching Kota to not give up, to not hate heroes. Even though he hates them, he knows that they have done nothing particularly wrong. Particularly, fudge, I really don't know how to say it. But he knows that they haven't done anything wrong. But he knows the heroes or the villains, they're basically the ones that have done wrong to him and his family. But villain number one will be the one he has to fight first. Anyway, Izuku, now 13. We skipped 2 years because basically we pretty much have ended the story, or the top of the story, where Izuku has to be the one who goes in and saves the day. Now, Izuku is just, walking around from place to place, and he basically stumbles across the sludge villain. Now, Izuku is wondering who this person is because this is the last day of school. Why is this the last day of school? Well, basically, he pretty much doesn't care about anything right now. He's pretty much chill. He normally wears these horns still, and for some reason, they've actually gotten bigger. His horns react to his emotions, and he basically has the will of electricity, or the will of thunder. Now, Izuku is just, spending mostly the quieter days of his time reading books, pretty much honing his skills, because his powers are very weird, and it's barely scratched the surface. Bakugo doesn't bully him because Bakugo's not there. There is two people that he hangs out with, though. It's Kaminari and basically Shinso, or Suso. Basically the one that always has a creepy smile, like Aizawa. But anyway, Izuku is just walking around with these two because basically, well, one is, how would I say this? He's used to that, or used to having someone look at him. And basically Shuso tries to mind control Izuku, but anyway, Izuku knows that her tactics will not work. And Kaminari's electricity isn't as good as Izuku's, because Kaminari doesn't know how to use her electricity as well as Izuku. And basically, Izuku is just destroying things all the time with his electricity, and he knows how to use it to level 1. So he knows how to just punch with electricity, kick, and somewhat uses a weird version of full cowling, although he doesn't know how to use that at all. But Izuku has to fight the sludge villain, because we're going back to the present, where the sludge villain loses, because Izuku just points out his fingers and starts shooting electricity, and it's just known as zappies. Basically, he's just using electrical style pistol shots, basically taking down the sludge villain. And basically Izuku walks away. All Might tries to do his villain thing, but he's saying, "Wait, what just happened here? Ah, crap, I'm late again." And yeah, this is probably my fault because, I technically did this wrong. But anyway, Izuku just, walks around town after the sludge villain was done. All I know is Izuku is just, going back home and training with Kota. Why? Well, because he wants Kota to learn how to use his water style, or his water quirk. And basically Izuku tells him how to use it. Not only that, tells him how to use his water to its full extent, showing him how to somewhat make water shots. Not only that, somewhat make it to the whole point where, how would I say this? He can basically use different kind of water shots, and also know how to use one known as Jet Stream. And basically this is the kind of attack where Kota is just, how would I say this? Just doing just concentrating in one point, kind of like AP shots. But, how would I say this? Yeah, pretty much Izuku is just teaching him different kinds of things. And, how would I say this? Izuku is just not even showing emotion right now. Izuku is somewhat, how how would I say this? He's sad. He still feels that pain. But he knows that he's happy for having a brother. He's happy that he has a family still. He's happy that he has somewhat friends. He's happy that he's not alone. But it still hurts to always remember his adoptive parents. So Izuku just basically trains for the next 10 months and is somewhat intrigued on what he can do. I'm going to leave it off here because I gotta get my sleep, and I'll upload another one in the morning. So, like, comment, do subscribe to the channel here, people. This has been the Fallout Whatever here. Bye. Where is it at? Where is it at? Dang it, dang it, dang it. Come on now.